guys, welcome back to Baking in Style. So today we're going to be making a boba tea cake. It's going to be really fun, and I've never done this before, but it's going to look really cool. So this is going to be like a marble cake, so on the inside it's going to be chocolate and vanilla, and when you cut into it, it's going to look really cool. So first we're going to start off with making the vanilla cake. What you'll need for that will be flour, butter, sugar, eggs, milk, vanilla extract, and baking powder. I put all the ingredients and their measurements in the description down below if you guys want to follow along. So first I'm just going to set these things aside. We're not going to preheat the oven just yet because we still need to make a whole nother batch of batter, and that'll take a little longer than usual. So now you're just going to combine your flour and baking powder. Okay, that was pretty quick. Now what you're going to do with a stand mixer with the paddle attachment, you're going to cream together your butter, granulated sugar, and vanilla extract. Wow, okay. So now you're going to cream that together until light and fluffy. That'll be about 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, now we're just going to add in our eggs, about 2 at a time, beating after each addition. Now we're just going to scrape down the sides and a little bit of the attachment. Okay, this is a lot of batter so far, and there's not even flour in this. So I have a feeling this is going to be kind of stiff. So first what you want to do, now what you want to do is alternate in adding your flour and milk, adding the flour 4 times and adding the milk 3 times. You want to start and end with the flour. Okay, so that is all done. Actually, wait 1 second. Okay, I think that is all done. Now, we're just gonna let this sit. I'll be right back for the chocolate cake. Okay, so now it is time to make the chocolate cake. I've just set the vanilla cake batter to a large bowl to set aside, and this is really heavy. But first what you'll need for the chocolate cake is butter, flour, granulated sugar, cocoa powder, eggs, baking powder, and baking soda. And then finally, in a medium saucepan, I have 3 cups of water. We're gonna have to get that boiling soon, so that's why I didn't have it over here. But first what you're going to do is whisk together your flour, baking powder, and baking soda. Okay, so now actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to first pour the sugar in to my butter, because we need this in a medium bowl. We need to put our cocoa powder in a medium bowl. And now we're going to get our water boiling. So now we just wait for that to boil. Okay, so now this has just started to boil. I'm just going to get 2 cups of it. Let's see if I can boil. You know what, I'm gonna grab this measuring cup really quick because it's a lot bigger and it'll be a lot easier to get it. So let's see. I'm gonna do this over. Whoa, 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 whoa. I need to put this down. Okay, now, oh wait, I'm gonna set that there really quick. Now we're just going to pour that into the cocoa powder. Here, let's see. It's kind of like coffee. Is pretty smooth. We can just set that like aside. We can just leave it be till we need it. Now we're going to cream together our butter and sugar until light and fluffy. Okay, now we're going to add in our eggs 2 at a time, beating after each addition. Okay, so now that that is all done, we're going to alternate in adding our cocoa powder mixture and our flour mixture. So we're going to start and end with our flour. So let's just, let's see, I'm going to grab a measuring cup. I'll grab like a third. Now we're just going to let that sit for a few minutes. While that sits, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so I have 3 6-inch cake pans lined with a piece of parchment paper. Now I'm just going to spray them really quickly. Let's see. Okay, now we're just going to put them in the oven for 17 minutes and then we'll rotate them. Okay, so the cakes are all cooled. Now I'm just going to level them. I've leveled 1 already. Actually, I've leveled 3, but I'm just gonna use this as like just to get an idea of how much I want it. How tall I want it. So this is like exactly where this level is. So I'm just gonna saw back and forth. I have this one at 6. So that's about like maybe an inch. No, that's like about 1.5 inches, an inch. So just saw back and forth. Come on. I'm gonna adjust these. So now I'm just going to pick the 3 best ones. So I think that would be this one. So these 2. And this one. Yeah. And then this one. So I'm going to use those 3. So now with the simple syrup that we made, I'm going to use just a pastry brush, and I have it right here. It's been sitting at for a while, so it's like at room temperature now. It's sitting here for a long time. Now we're just going to spread it across the cake. Don't do too much, but get it pretty well so it's like it'll stay moist since we're putting it in the fridge and in the freezer in a little bit. So it's been about 5 minutes, and now I'm gonna take one of these. I think I'm gonna pick this one. And I just put a really small silicone mat, some buttercream to secure it, and a little more buttercream on top to keep the cake in place. So now what you want to do, I've colored my buttercream. So for the buttercream recipe, I'll put a link in the description down below for that. I tripled the recipe. So I have a pastel purple, pastel yellow, pastel blue, pastel pink. Do a little more buttercream for the pink because we're going to use more of that, and then I just have white. So with the white, this is just going to be, we're just going to fill the outside, or the inside, sorry. Okay, now I'm just going to smooth that out. Okay, so I've just smoothed this out. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty smooth right now. It's like, I think it's like making like a crust or something. Because I can take my finger off and it won't do anything. So now I'm going to put this in the freezer for, I think like 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll be right back once this is out. Okay, so while that is in the freezer, I was about to say while that is in the freezer, we're going to start making the eyes and also little bits of boba that will go on the bottom. You want to save the tops that you leveled, because we're going to use that for a little bit on the top. So, let's see. I have black fondant here. This is probably going to dye my hands. Yeah, this is going to dye my fingers, but that's okay. So first, I'm just going to start by making the eyes. They don't have to be super thick. Let's see. Yeah, I can make this like in half. So it should be like that. So this is going to be was the eyes. So for the cake, I would recommend making it 4 layers because 3 was kind of short, but I just recommend doing 4. I'd recommend doing 4. Try to make the eyes like close to the same size. I got it pretty well. So here I also have some white. We're gonna use a very small bit for the pupils, so I don't need a lot. It's time to take the cake out of the freezer. So I'm just going to clean up here and then I will grab it. Okay, so now it is time to put on some color. So I'm gonna do purple first. I'm just gonna do a ring around and then another, I'm gonna do a few rings around with 4 colors. So now with the black fondant, we want to make some little like bobas. Just make some circles. You can make them a bunch of different sizes. Let's see, I'm gonna grab a bigger, actually, yeah, bigger thing here. Take all of this and then roll it out with the foam rolling pin. Okay, so right now this needs to go in the freezer because the buttercream is starting to get a little soft. So I'll be right back and then we'll make the cake pops for the top bobas. Okay, so now it's time to make the cake pop balls for the boba. I've already started and made a few. So I just took a little bit of the crushed cake tops that we used when we leveled, and I put a little bit of buttercream. I saved my extra and I put a little bit. But I think I'm going to add a little more cake to this. You want to make them pretty tiny, like about that. Let's see, I'll do that, and then I'll add a little more buttercream. You want to mix it in till you can't really see it, the buttercream anymore, but you want all the crumbs to like stick together. Freezer so that they hold up better, but I'll see you guys when they come out. Okay, so now I have taken the cake out of the freezer. I just did one. I also took the cake balls out of the freezer, and I'm going to grab I have one flimsy straw and one like metal straw. And I'm just going to stick the metal straw through till you can't see it anymore. And then I'm just going to position this to where I like it. So let's see. I just gave you one big straw. Okay. Wow. That is really tall. Let's see, I wonder. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now I just, these candy melts are all done, and I put it on just to keep it melted on the setting. And then I'm putting them on one of these. I'm just going to dip it in and kind of swirl it around, tap down, get all the drizzles out. Okay, so it is all done. I think it looks really good, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.